This is another interview for the Heritage Trust. So today we have Kenny Watson, who played for Dunfermline in the 1970s. So welcome back to East End Park,
Kenny.
Kenny.
Thank you very much.
You signed really when you were quite young from, I think you were 16, was it, from Dunfermline United?
That's right, yeah.
So quite a young lad then.
Yeah, we just won the Scottish Cup. We went 55 games undefeated. It was a fantastic team. And I think 6 or 7 was signed for Dunfermline after that, professional forms.
Yeah.
And then they took me to Salou on a post-season tour, a bit strange. And I hadn't been abroad before. Had to get time off school, but it was fantastic. And guess who my roommate was? Jim Leishman.
Oh, that would have been an experience then.
Experience, yeah. Responsible adult to look after me.
Oh, was he responsible though?
Oh yes.
So who else did you play with at Dunfermline United that signed here?
Rab Hamill and Sammy Beresford signed, Willie Tempney. Who else was there? I'm struggling now. I know John Callan scored 2 goals in the final of the Scottish Cup here, and we played against Edinburgh Thistle. Gordon Strachan played that night, but John Callan signed for Hibs. And I think that was it. Yeah. That's all I can remember. It's a long time ago.
But was it a bit of an experience then at that age, then signing for a team, even though you would be part-time?
Yeah, that's right. I was a schoolboy at 16. So of course during the school holidays I'd come over, and train with the full-timers. I loved that. It was fantastic. Yeah. But during the season it was sort of Tuesday and Thursday night, I think I used to train. But I did a lot of training more at home. I was obsessed by it. Obsessed with fitness. Yeah. In fact, I still play 3 times a week to this day.
Do you?
I've never stopped.
Very good. You'll not be quite as fast, maybe.
No, the pace is gone somewhat.
Because you were, your nickname was Flash because you were quite quick down the line.
Yeah, that's right. I got that nickname when I was 9, 10. I started playing with the bigger boys and they called me Flash, superhero, Yeah.
What was your first game then, your debut?
I think it was Falkirk. I don't know, maybe I came on as a sub. I can't remember anything about it whatsoever, so pretty inauspicious I would have thought, But it was the next season I sort of broke through. And I played most games the next season. And then I got chosen for the under 18 Scottish Professional Youth, so I had 7 caps. And that was fantastic. I really enjoyed that. That was like Andy Gray, Dave Neary, Neil McNabb, some really good players, and became 3rd in the UEFA tournament in Sweden. And again, I had to get time off for that from university. And there was also, I think, called the Atlantic Cup in the Canary Islands in January. It was a weird thing. Yugoslavia, Austria, Scotland, and the Canary Islands team. So I had 2 weeks off for that as well. It was fantastic.
Very good.
Again, I had to get special permission to go because I was obviously doing clinics at that point. Yeah. But I had to do a bit extra when I came back,
You, at that time when you signed, there was an awful lot of young players then and not too many experienced players.
That's right.
And probably in the 1970s we weren't doing too well. So it was maybe a struggle for you guys?
Yeah, I mean they just got promotion. Kenny Mackey was playing, Graham Shaw, great players, Jimmy Scott, good player, Boner, really good squad really, so I really don't know why it didn't work out, Not a lot of experience, but good players. Yeah,
because you had Alec Kinnaman as well.
Alex was good, he was the captain.
And because he was like the senior player in the group at that time. Yeah. And must have felt like a father figure
that's right, yeah. Dave McNichol as well, he played. I think my most memorable game was actually the testimonial, John Land testimonial match, because I came over here, I think it must have been a Tuesday or a Thursday night, or maybe it was a Wednesday. Anyway, I came over to train, and I was in the gym for the whole of the first half, pushing weights. And George Miller came in at half time and said, "Right, Flash," he said, "I'm putting you on for the second half." I said, "I'm absolutely shattered. I've been doing weights for an hour." He said, "No, you're on," and that's it. So I came on for Andy Penman. And he'd been my boyhood hero when I was a Rangers supporter when I was younger. And it was quite surreal, you know. I didn't think I was even playing, and that was me replacing Andy Penman. And Dalglish played that night, Dennis Law played that night, Bobby Lennox, you know, the Lisbon Lions. It was just a fantastic experience. And it was like the supporters were supporting both teams. There was no animosity whatsoever. It was a great night.
I can remember that game actually.
Can you?
It was good.
It was a great atmosphere.
It was really good. And it was good seeing Dennis Law play for them.
Of course, And of course, he hadn't, by the end of the match, with sort of 15 minutes to go, he hadn't scored. So somebody shouted out from the dugout, "Next time somebody gets the ball in the box, you know, tackle him, get a penalty, and Dennis Law can take the penalty." So, of course, I think it was Kenny Thompson or David Nichol that tripped up wee Tony McLean. And of course Dennis Law had to step up and take the penalty. And Ger Carlson was told, "Don't save it, don't save it." Dennis has got to score.
Because that was his final game, Dennis Law, as well. So, who did anybody kind of mentor you when you were playing for it?
No, really, you were pretty much on your own.
Really?
There was not an awful lot of coaching, you know. There was no sort of personal player development back then. So you just had to get on with it, really. I mean, they're all good guys, and they all gave you advice, you know, but nothing too specific.
How was George Miller as a manager?
George was very good. He was very good. I liked George. Well, he was the one that took me to Salou, you know, giving me the first trip away. So, he was good. I liked George. And then when Harry came, Harry was great. At first, I was played every match, and then 1977-78 was my final year at university, and I didn't play quite so much. I think wingers had got out of fashion a bit, so I was kind of a wee bit demoralised at that point, and I kind of decided 78. Well, I got a good job in dentistry, and that's it. I just break all my ties with football and just concentrate on my career.
Right.
Which was the right decision at that time, but I've regretted it all my life.
I was going to say
looking back,
So you could play on both wings.
Yeah, left or right,
right or left.
Yeah.
Did you have any preference?
I was right-footed, but I made sure my left foot was just as good as my right, just through constant practice. But mainly on the wing. Sometimes I'd play up front if we're playing against a big, clumsy centre half. I'd stick me in the box, try and get some penalty kicks, obviously. But mainly on the wing.
Who was the best player you played with then?
Jackie Sinclair.
Really?
Yeah, Jackie was great. I mean, when he came back here, he'd lost his pace, but he'd never lost possession. You know, he was just so experienced. Just a natural talent.
He was. He was. He was good.
Yeah.
The ball kind of stuck to his feet a bit.
That's right. It's natural ability. It was a fantastic player.
What about up front when you had Ken Mackey and Graham Shaw and that? Obviously, you would be there putting up crosses for them.
Yeah, that's right. I think there was one game, Dundee United. It was like a relegation battle, and we had to win, and I think East Fife had to lose. And I crossed the ball over in the second half, and Graham Shaw headed the ball in the back of the net. So we won 1-0. East Fife lost, and we stayed up. So that's quite a memorable match as well. Did you play in the game? If I remember rightly, George Miller it was against Dennis Muir, and George Miller had just playing in tights because the pitch was that hard. That's right. Out here, I thought it was out here.
No, I'm sure it was at Dennis Muir.
Right, okay. I think in the book I remember it's been out here against Aberdeen, but recollections may vary. Because I remember that no one used to wear tights back then.
No, that's right.
And all the crowd are whistling at us, where's your handbags and all this sort of thing,
But he thought it was a good idea. I always remember him saying that he thought it was a good idea because if you wore them, then you wouldn't have any thing about falling on the hard pitch because it was that hard.
Because he used to play in the hard pitches.
That's right.
It's crazy, really. Very dangerous.
And there was one season you played, we didn't play in December at all because the weather had been that bad that you couldn't play for the whole of December.
Yeah.
So it probably worked out well,
Yeah, it was a good idea.
you can see people now.
They do it now.
They do it now.
Yeah.
So George was
way before his time. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. So when he left, and then Harry came in, did you notice a difference?
Not at first. I was still playing with wingers, you know, traditional wingers. It was great. And had a couple of good seasons. It was just the final season that I don't know whether I wasn't playing so well or wingers are going out of fashion or whatever. But it just, in fact, there were weekends where if I hadn't played for Dunfermline, I'd be playing with the pub team on Sunday morning. You know, nobody knew about it, but I just enjoyed playing.
Yeah. Who was your most difficult opponent then?
Sandy Jardine.
Really?
Yeah. It was like role reversal. He was the winger and I was the fullback, and I was double up with the fullback.
Right.
So, he's a fantastic player. Really good. And I think Stuart Kennedy was pretty good as well. Aberdeen. Both internationalists, obviously, but attacking fullbacks. And they were really, really good players. Hard to play against.
What was? Well, you said your most memorable game was the testimonial for John Lund, but was there any other game that kind of stands out for you?
The game against Dundee here, I think it was a cup tie, and Tommy Gemmell had been transferred to Dundee, so he was playing left back and I was in the right wing, and I scored with my head against Tommy Gemmell. He was like 6'4" and I was, I don't know, 5'5", 5'6", almost a foot taller than me. So that's quite memorable as well. And it's strange because no one ever taught me how to head a ball. No one ever taught me how to, probably because I'm so small, it was worthwhile, you know. And I scored quite a few goals in my head. This knows why, but you know, it's the right place at the right time.
Yeah, because in total I think you scored, was it 12 goals for us?
I think 14, I think I had 123 games, 14 goals.
Did you find it difficult to, playing part-time, to, I suppose, marry the fact that you were doing your studying as well as playing?
Not really, it was a nice break to get away from the studies, you know, because we were in clinics all day and it was really full on. It's nice to get out and have a run, you know, see the boys. You know. No, it wasn't a problem for me at all. Right.
So your career, in a way, wasn't that long as such. When we see it, you didn't go and play for anybody else. And was it a decision that you thought, well, that was good at the time? Yeah,
it was the right thing to do at the time. I decided to go for the best job I could because dentistry is difficult enough at the best of times. I wanted a really good surgery, so the best. I looked at a few jobs in Scotland, but there was a really good job in Devon, and I thought, well, we'll try Devon for a few months, see how it goes, and it was. We love it down there.
And you stayed there ever since?
Stayed there and moved to Cornwall with our own practice. I think we had 900 patients to start with and we ended up with 20,000. And we became a training practice for new graduates, so it was really successful.
Yeah.
Really happy with it.
Very good.
But when I got down to Devon initially, I played with Barnstable in the Western League. We actually won the league. And Bristol City asked me to go up for some trials, so I played at Crystal Palace and I played at the Hawthorns reserve matches, did quite well. He said, well, if you come up for 6 weeks, get yourself fit and maybe give you, a full-time contract. But, I mean, Bristol's like 2 hours away from Bude and had a full list of patients by that time, so no, couldn't do that.
No.
So I just played locally.
Yeah. Did you never do any coaching or anything?
I did. I got my youth coaching badges. I came up to Scotland to get them actually.
Did you?
Yeah, I've done sessions with Alan Evans, who I played here with, and David James, the England keeper. Did a coaching session with him.
Very good.
Yeah. I'll say a coaching session. I was expecting him to take the boys, but he said to me, Ken, I've only ever coached one goalkeeper before. So there's me, a winger, coaching 30 goalkeepers.
Oh no.
Nice guy though, really nice guy.
Yeah. Is there anything else that stands out in your memory of your time here?
just the characters like Jim Leishman, obviously, you know, and the camaraderie, you know.
Was it a good dressing room?
Oh, it was very good. It was very good. Yeah, it was good atmosphere.
Yeah,
the boys were really good.
Yeah, because I mean, you had the likes of Jim Wallace was here then, and Jim Scott. And then I think when Harry came in, he brought in some older players, more experienced players than what had been here. The likes of John Salton and was it Jim Markey?
Jim Markey came in. Roddy Georgeson came. Laurie Dunn. Jerry Adair. Yeah.
So he seemed to bring in more experienced players.
Yeah, Ian Hall.
That's
he
right.
sadly passed away. In fact, I used to come over early to visit him in hospital before training.
Oh, really good.
Always hoping that he'd recovered, but sadly he didn't. Really, really nice guy.
Yeah,
and
he was.
Such a sad way to go, you know.
That's right.
Yeah.
So if you were to describe your time here at Dunfermline, what would you say about it?
Probably the best years of my life, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Because everybody, I must admit, the majority of people that we've spoken to for the Heritage Trust have all said that they had enjoyed their time here. Well, they might not get away with saying that they hadn't, but some obviously have issues, I suppose. But the majority of people say that the dressing room and I suppose the community spirit around the club was
absolutely,
good.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
It was great. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, but it was kind of sad how it all ended, because I think they probably could have got some money from me if they'd sold me. Because when I went to South Africa in 1976 as a guest for Durban United, actually there's a story about it in my book. It's probably my favourite chapter, and they actually offered Dunfermline 60,000 rand for me, which I think was about £40,000 back then. And I think Dunfermline rejected it, and I certainly rejected it. They actually offered to keep me there and put me in a dental school in South Africa, qualify and just carry on playing for Durban United. Because I was doing pretty well. And but I didn't fancy it, apartheid and all that. It wasn't right. So I decided to come back. So they probably could have got a bit of money for it. A crystal ball, Yeah. But that was a great 6 weeks. And again, there's a good story in the book about it. How they wouldn't let me come home. And when I got there at first, I was really homesick. I was kind of on my own. And then I met Pat Stanton's brother, Andy Stanton. And he was centre back for Durban United. And great guy, looked after me, and I just had a ball for 6 weeks after that. Yeah.
Really good.
Really, really nice chap. Sadly, he passed away a few years ago. And one of the biggest regrets in my life is I never kept in touch with him. He was a really, really nice guy. But no internet back then, So.
No, well, that's true. Yeah. So you now have, as well as being an ex-footballer, do you still?
No, I retired about 10 years ago.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So you've now written a couple of books.
Yeah, I've written two books. This one's just growing up in central Scotland in the 1970s, and it's classified as fiction, but it's like 90% true.
Yeah.
So that's a proper story, and this one's just a mixture. It's pretty niche. It's dentistry and Dunfermline Athletic, so pain and suffering all around. So it might be of interest to die-hard Dunfermline fans. There's quite a lot of it Dunfermline in there.
Right. And what are they called in case somebody wants to buy them?
First one's Fast Forward. And the second one's Clinical Finishing.
Very good.
But I just do it for fun. I mean, it's and if I've brought a few up with me, and if we sell any, I'll give it all to charity, the FPA. Because the Former Players Association is fantastic here. It's really good. We get a magazine every month and keeping in touch. It's good.
Yeah, and it's good to see how other people are
that's right.
getting along.
So. And seeing guys I haven't seen for like 50 years,
I know.
Because we come back twice every year up to Scotland. So It's good to come back
Good.
for the ritual humiliation from Leash, you know.
I don't think he's here today, so
No,
you're
I
safe.
know Chris was saying that. Yeah. But yeah, I got on very well with Leash because obviously we were roommates.
Yeah.
You know, it was interesting times.
Yes. Oh. Well, Kenny, it was lovely speaking to you, and thanks very much for speaking to the
Thank you very
Heritage
much.
Trust.
Yeah.
So,
Anytime.
good.
Thank you.
Right.